Yeah. Uh about the whole in space thing. You see, what I was doing was employing an advanced tactic called lying. We're not going to be in space for a while, unfortunately. As much as I would very much like to be in space, it's not going to happen immediately. Okay. Yay! It ain't supposed to look like that. I know that much. Let me just scooch it over. Hooray! It fits the screen now. I... Steve! No, I'm sick at the moment, unfortunately. But that also means I have time to, like, actually stream for once. So, that's what we're doing. We're playing Factorio Space Age. And I already know what you're thinking. That's like... First of all, that's old news. That was released, like, a year and something ago. But, like... Listen, man. I don't... Some of us work... Some of us have employment. That's all I'm trying to say. Not everyone can grind out Factoria and build a million science per minute megabase or whatever. But what in the sushi? That's terrible. Why? Anyways, what was I saying? Right, Space Age is pretty cool. Probably thinking, you probably just beat Factorio literally yesterday if you think that's an achievement. No, wrong, actually. I just beat it this morning at like 1 a.m. So, get dunked on, bozo. Uh, so yeah, I just literally bought Space Age DLC like a half an hour ago. And here we are, gonna play it now. Yeah, so, let's start a new game. Space Age, let's go. Your task is to dispatch an interstellar... Words hard. Your task is to dispatch an interstellar space platform. You will need to research advanced technologies in order to unlock the rocket silo and discover other planets. Start small, work your way up with automation, construct a reliable base of operation, and reach for the stars. Protect yourself from native species as they may not appreciate your presence. This is the intended way. Okie dokie. Next. Where's the preview button? Yeah, yeah. What? Uh. Ooh. Okay, okay. This is a hot garbage seed. Let's reroll that. I don't. Okay, so I guess we're just having like basic, just like default settings, except for turning cliffs off on a couple places, because cliffs are cringe. Anyways, without further yapping, let's let's hop right into it. Let me just look at my streams. Yeah. Okay, we're chilling. Let's do it. Okie dokie. Well, we're cooked. Our ship's already exploded. We lose. GG, the end. Oh, look at the Factorio Space Age Felipe. Your task is okay. I already read this. Huh. Okay. Yep. Already know. Gun. Bullets. I need more bullets. Let me just pick that up. Get me some free iron plates. Is that uranium? Why is uranium so close? How strange. Anyways. let's put you directly into a stone furnace. And now we wait on plates. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay. We have access to actual power generation now. All we need to do is make copper plates and we can start working on getting a power grid set up. Put coal in it and we have power production, kind of. This doesn't have any electric network to be put into. We have an electric network. We have electricity. Huzzah! Let me also put a bunch of you in there. Yeah, we could just put all of it. And then our power poles can go here. And our first course of action is to put that there. Put down a lab here. 25 whole packs. I can make 4 of them. And then putting all of our science in here. That's new science. Metallurgic science, agricultural science, electromagnetic science, cryonic and promethium. Bro, who wrote this? They using some words I never heard before. Because we're out of science in the labs. Also, I'm gonna change my color from this brown to something more palatable. Pink. Yes, that should make it stand out easier on screen. Sorry if anyone had trouble seeing that. Let's see. First order of business, piping all of this, or not piping, but conveying all of this coal to my boilers so I can have constant production of electricity. Because we have electricity now, but when we run out of coal in those boilers, then we're gonna have a problem. There we go. We can pick up this stuff. Because now we've pretty much automated our copper plate production. All using electricity. And then we'll keep these around for now because they're just nice to have, but in the future we can just pick up coal straight from the belt. And then we also need iron. And then we can export the gear wheels into the box. And we have automated production of gear wheels. Let's go. Absolutely fantastic. Let me also put this in there, throw that in there, put you there. Maybe another one of you. Start producing more of this. And yoink. And I have no coal to put in you. We'll just take half of this, throw it in there. Huzzah! Then let's just craft as many of these as possible. Because we haven't quite set up automation for that yet. Good news is, we don't need to go back there anymore. Actually, we are going to need to go back there. Let me pick up the labs and put them somewhere more central. There we go. And then we can put the lab somewhere far more accessible so we don't have to go back and forth anymore. The next time we'll be back there is to bolster our electrical energy production. For now, we can put our labs right here, because it's like right in the center of everything. We have logistics. That means we have underground belts and splitters. Splitters split the belt. Undergrounds go underground, so you can build stuff over it. Very useful stuff. Orange. Black. I'm lighting with black. Okay, anyways, let me just pick that up and replace it with the basic one. What's the basic color? 255, 255, 190. Okie dokie. Okay, now we can see we have this entire area revealed to us because of the radar. And it's revealing chunks, which, as you can see here, there's biters here. Very dangerous. So the radar will reveal the area around us slowly. And that's a good thing, because it means it can tell us where the biter bases are. And when we know what the biter bases are, we can see if our pollution, which is this red cloud, is touching it. And if the pollution touches the biter base, the biters eat the pollution, get stronger, and send attack parties to our operation. Which we don't quite appreciate. Let's see, I want a furnace stack here. You mean libraries around here? Let me go look up let me go look up a blueprint a blueprint for the furnace stack real quick. This guy makes good blueprints. I will steal them now. Link to blueprint. Paste bin. Early smelting. Control A doesn't work there. Control C. Resume. Import string. Control V. Blueprints! Okay. Neat thing about blueprint, it doesn't actually, like, build it all for you until you get, like, construction bots, which is far later. But what it does do is it shows you where to place it. All the stuff. So I'm just gonna get rid of all of the marks and X things, because those are in the way of what I would need to place. So what this splitter does is it puts, because belts are made of two sections. We go back to the coal here, you can see it has one half and the other half. There's two halves to the belt. They can be put in a certain way using splitters, or like, yeah, so that half of the belt is carrying one type of item and the other half is carrying another type of item, which is what this furnace stack design utilizes in order to use its space more efficiently. Iron ore production to the furnace stack. And as you can see, there's two types of items on this belt because of the belt splitting. Now we just need to add some furnaces and a whole bunch of inserters. And then we just hook this up to the rest of the power network, just like so. And when you look at that, we're producing iron plates. Hello, blueprints. And they're all getting stuck here because, again, the blue ones are just from the blueprints. So they don't actually function. I have to finish building that myself. Very reasonable. You make... What are we making? Green circuits. Iron plates, copper cable. You make copper cable. I can direct insert iron plates. And then we can just that there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Give me that coal. 300 walls, let's go. Yo, oil! Oil! Let's go, we got oil! Okay, so oil is incredibly based. Because, that's a lot more fluids than I saw before. Anyways, oil. You can use it to make petroleum. You can also use it for advanced oil processing, which makes heavy, light, and petroleum gas. Heavy oil is stupid. You only use it in lubricant, so you can crack that down to light oil, which is more competent and is used in a lot of things, and then you can crack that down into petroleum, which is also used in a lot of things. For example, you can make plastic bars and sulfur and solid fuel, which is very good because that means I don't need to dig up coal. That means I can just supply everything with solid fuel, except for the things that explicitly require coal. Green circuits. And now we have this here. Put that there. One more belt. A grabber. Make me some bullets. And we have automated bullets. It's going to be very useful because that pollution cloud's not going to stay that small forever. Yeah. About the whole in space thing. You see, what I was doing was employing an advanced tactic called lying. We're not going to be in space for a while, unfortunately. As much as I would very much like to be in space, it's not going to happen immediately. Hooray, the biters won't be able to touch my stuff, because... Let me rephrase that. The biters will not be able to, intervene with my factory. Let me yoink some of this iron plates, because I can do that, because I have a main belt now, finally! No more walking back and forward forever. Technically, it wasn't my first time playing Factorio, but it was the first time I had, like, actually understood the game mechanics slightly. Because my very first factory, I kind of rushed robots and then did nothing else after that. So I was constantly having problems, so I just kind of started over and was like, you know what? I didn't mean to do that. Might as well start from scratch. And so I did, and put my mind to it, and my ADHD took over, and all of a sudden I had a completed base at 40-something hours, so a very Factorio experience. We are going to build a wall across our northeastern border, and we're gonna make the biters pay for it. How long ago was Space Age released? Because I kind of heard about it. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool to play, and then I completely forgot Factorio was a game that exists on this planet. So I kind of don't have a frame of reference for how long ago that was. Man, a whole year I could have been expanding the factory, but no, I had to do silly things like work and like sleep. How silly. How can one sleep when the factory can still grow? Literally, like, my playthrough yesterday, or like over the last week, has just been, oh, that's cool, I didn't know they added that. That's very useful and helpful. And just discovering new things over and over. Sorry, tiny creatures in the trees. You are going to... you're being gentrified. Man, it's like we have an actual factory now instead of just a mishmash of, like, awkwardly spaced production. Okay, I want... What do I want? What do I want? Let's start with science production. For red science, I need copper plates and gear wheels. That should be not the most difficult thing in the world to produce. Let's see if I remember how to make this stuff. Copper plates and gear wheels. Okay, so we can just directly belt in the copper. Let me craft some more splitters. And some more undergrounds. And probably a bunch more inserters. Actually, let's see, how much space? We have space. Yeah, we have space. Okay. So I think I'll go with a... mixed belt design. Right, we can make fast inserters. What am I doing with my life? Kind of peasant uses regular inserters when fast inserters are right there. Okay, you can make the gear wheels. What are you doing? Okay, and then copper plates are easy enough to pipe in. Or belt in, or however you want to say it. And huzzah! We've automated red science. Like, for real this time. Let me yoink this. Move this one up. And then I can underground this here. And then that gives me room to make this double-sided, which is why I went with the split belt design. So that I could produce red science on both sides of it. Okie dokie, I can, for now at least, put this here, and use a splitter to join them. There we go. Right, we're not producing any gears. Produce gears, thank you. And green science. Let's see, out of this ore patch, I'm getting at most 2 full belts of production, so I should probably make some steel production. Oh, he uses like a 2-tier design. Oh, what strange. I think I will just make an altered version of this. I see. Okay, okay. I'm cooking now. Yeah! Automated steel production, let's go! I did it. All by myself, without any blueprints. Fantastic. I finally made myself useful. I forget, how much steel do I need? Wait, let me go look at a video real quick. Factorio main bus. And then we look at the trooping video. And then we go to the most watched part. There we go. I don't... Stupid advertisement. This is why I pay for YouTube Premium. It should apply to all my accounts, not just one. That's stupid. Okay, 4 iron plates, or four belts of iron plates, 4 belts of copper plates, 1 not full belt of steel, 2 belts of green circuits, and then a bunch of stuff in the future. Okay. We're so back. I just wanted to double check that I was spacing these correctly. No. No. My fish rotted into spoilage. I can't eat spoilage. How do I get rid of spoilage? Let's see here. Science production Factorio. Let's see it. All science, layout and designs. Immediately pause video. Okay. So immediately off the bat, the video is telling me that my red science setup is stupid and dumb. But that's too bad because it's mine, so it's staying. And then what does it say for green science? Blueprint. Paste bin. Control copy. Resume. Import string. Control V. Import. Yes. Yes. Let's see. I need green circuit production. Green circuit is iron plates and copper cables. I think I remember the ratio. Man, I can't wait to unlock grenades so I can clear the forest very easily. Okay. I going to produce green circuits. Green circuits require copper and iron. Very simple. I just need to belt those in. Green circuit production. Automated. Let's go. Bruh. Think you can just come into my chat and advertise? Nah, get that out of here. Where's the moderation button? No, that's monetization, not moderation. Where's where show me this. Warn. Timeout. Ban. Goodbye, bozo. Have fun advertising in my chat when you're banned. Lol. Man, you really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and lie about stuff? Yes. 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 We're producing green science. I have been playing for 3 hours, and I think my hard drive is almost full, so I'm gonna say, that's it for this episode of, this stream of Factorio. Don't forget to, uh, uh, follow me on Twitch to catch the streams, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and leave comments, or whatever the YouTubers say, and share. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.